and welcome to the JuiceIT digital session showcasing the Lifecycle 360 platform. I'm John Tan, the General Manager for Infrastructure Solutions at Data3, and today we've got Blake McClare taking you through a demo of the Lifecycle 360 platform, previously known as the Hub. A lot of you may have used the platform already. It has been co-created with our customers, for our customers, based on functionality that you'd like to see. It's really about taking advantage of your infrastructure from an operational standpoint. And it started by focusing on support interactions and connecting you quickly with the right information all the way through to us for support and our vendors for support. So in terms of the data we use, it's based on your data connected back to our technology vendors. There's some great functionality. We've got a great roadmap ahead. We'd love to hear from you in terms of future functionality that you'd love to see in the platform. But for now, let's have a look at the Lifecycle 360 platform and what it looks like today. So with that, over to Blake.
Hi there, my name's Blake McClare and I lead digital customer success at Data3. It's my pleasure today to introduce you to the Lifecycle 360 session of JuiceIT Digital. Today I'll be taking you through Lifecycle 360, which is a Data3 platform specifically developed to provide visibility over your infrastructure and support contracts, give you easy access to support when you need it, and to be able to provide deep insights about your technology and their life cycle. So without further ado, let's take a look into the platform. Welcome to Lifecycle 360. Once you log into the platform with the details that we've provided to you, you'll be presented with a dashboard. And the dashboard provides you a high-level view of all of the important details about your infrastructure, support cases, and support contracts across the platform. It's important to note as we go through Lifecycle 360 that on any of the reports that are shown, that you can click on any segment and delve deeper to find a line-by-line breakdown of the items that are included in that particular analysis. So as an example, I'll click on My Open Cases, and that provides you a breakdown, as you can see here, of all of the cases that are included in that particular report segment. Now, as we go down, you can see the vendors who are the manufacturers of the technologies that make up your environment. And then to the right-hand side, you can also see the support spread. So what types of support do you have on those critical pieces of infrastructure? Under that, if you have any critical items that are currently out of support, they will be highlighted to you in this section. Under that, we show you the top 10 technology products in your environment. So these are the real big ticket items that allow your business to function, and we highlight these to you so that you can make decisions around those particular pieces of technology. On the right-hand side, we have a breakdown of your support coverage as well. And this has really evolved from being not just what's covered and what's not, but to show all of the statuses that impact your maintenance support throughout your infrastructure's lifetime. So you can have devices under active support, devices that have expired support, devices that have upcoming support, or devices that have never been covered under a maintenance contract before. The final piece of the dashboard, and probably the most important segment in my opinion, is the coverage expiry. What we do in this particular report is analyze every single piece of infrastructure in the platform, looking at its maintenance contract end date, and we map that out for you for the next 3 years. Now, this shows you the spikes where you have major renewals coming up, but just as importantly, it shows you all of the points where you have small amounts of infrastructure expiring over those periods. And what that does is identify for you and for us as well, opportunities where we can assist you with co-terming to ease the burden of having to manage multiple maintenance dates over the next 3 years. And that takes us across to the My Technology module and into My Devices and Software. And what this is the next level down in terms of visibility across your environment. So at the top, we provide a breakdown of the different categories of technology that you have. And this isn't just the technical categories that are supplied by the vendors, but our customer success managers actually provide their expertise over that base data to provide human readable versions of those categories. So what's a switch and what's a router and what's a printer, and how much of your environment is actually made up of those particular types of devices. Under that, we have My Devices and Licenses, and this is the main search functionality within Lifecycle 360, where you can quickly locate a device based on a large number of search criteria that we've developed with input from customers. So as you can see here, you can search by a whole range of key data points, including serial numbers, manufacturer or maintenance vendor. If you've done a network discovery, you can also enrich your devices with a host name. Also asset tags and address as well. Now, just before I do search on a device, I'm going to quickly stop over at the Get Estimate button. And this is just another way that you can engage your Data3 account manager around infrastructure and support that you find within Lifecycle 360. So what this functionality will do is take your current search. You can search for your particular account manager through this tool, supply a note or a question that you have around that current result set, and what that will do is package that up as an export and email it to your account manager. Now this could be questions around what would our support look like if, for example, we move from a partner support model to a direct model, or any questions that you have around that particular infrastructure. So now let's quickly do a search. As you will see here, there's a mix of Cisco, HP and Dell EMC devices included in this result set. And that's really important because Lifecycle 360 isn't bound to one particular vendor. We're able to give you visibility across your infrastructure and support contracts for any vendor that you purchase a maintenance contract with Data3. Now, additionally on top of that, for Cisco infrastructure, we're able to provide you additional insights around the life cycle of your devices due to a large range of APIs and integrations that we're able to access. Now let's click on this device and delve even deeper, which takes us through to Asset 360. And Asset 360 is the details page of a particular device where we're able to really focus on the particular insights and data points on that particular asset. So at the top you can see all of the general details around the device like serial numbers, warranty information and product information. Under that we have the status, and this is really, really important, especially when we look at this decommission status. So one of the key points around marking a device as decommissioned is that will remove that device from the dashboard reports, but makes the device still searchable through the platform. So it allows you to manage what's currently active in my environment and what's not. Now, the really good thing about Cisco infrastructure is we're able to automatically pick up when that device has been replaced and automatically mark the old device as decommissioned for you. Now, under that, we see the first live integration that we have for Cisco infrastructure in the platform, and that's the recommended software version. Now, this is Cisco's safe harbor firmware version that they recommend that you run on the device. So it makes it really clear to you as a customer if there's an opportunity to upgrade that device to a version that may have less bugs or has fixed a number of security vulnerabilities. As we head down, we get a breakdown of the history of the maintenance or support contracts around that device. So every time that you've renewed maintenance, you'll see a line item here with all of the details like contract numbers, support types, and start and end dates. Now, as you can see on the right, there is the opportunity to lodge a case here, but we'll come back to that in a second. Just as importantly though, is the maintenance confirmation that we're able to provide for Cisco infrastructure. This particular segment makes a live call out to Cisco into their procurement systems and pulls back the maintenance information on that device at that second. Now, what this does is it gives you the peace of mind as a customer that if you do have to leverage support directly from Cisco or through us, that you are entitled to access that support. This is especially important because when you buy maintenance support through Data3, it's 100% vendor backed. So if you've bought maintenance on 10 switches, we have gone to Cisco and purchased maintenance on those 10 switches on your behalf. That takes us down into some of the life cycle insights on that particular device. Now, for Cisco infrastructure, we automatically pull down a range of key dates every night across our whole product suite, but we also manage this for other vendors as well. And what we do is map out where your device is on its life cycle from conception through to end of sale and end of support. Now, as you can see here, there's a lot of other dates as well, and these encompass a few of the technical key milestones across that life cycle, like when is the last time a vendor will release a security vulnerability patch or a maintenance software release on that particular piece of infrastructure. Now, even though these are technical dates, they all weigh into the decision around, do I want to renew my support contract or do I want to refresh that particular piece of infrastructure? Now, you can click on any one of these dates and we provide you an explanation of what that date actually means as well. For Cisco infrastructure, we're also able to live call in to see if there's an applicable end-of-life notification that exists for that particular product. And if there is, we pull the information down around upgrade options or Cisco's recommended product upgrade path, and also provide you a link where you can navigate out and view the full end-of-life notification directly from them. Under that, we provide a line-by-line breakdown of all of the support requests that you've logged on that particular product through Lifecycle 360. And this is really important to identify particular products that you are spending a lot of time or are having a lot of issues having to operate and manage. And then finally on the Asset 360 page, we have known bugs, which is available for Cisco infrastructure. Now, what we found while talking to customers was that there was a lot of times where you'd run into an issue and then you'd log attack case and have back and forth with the engineers or spend a long time searching for known bugs on the web. So we pull these down on a nightly basis and make them visible to you here. Now, what this allows you to do is to see every open bug for that particular product currently. You can click on any of these items and view a breakdown of the number of support requests currently being seen around that particular bug, and also a breakdown of what the bug is and the workaround instructions as well, which allows you to be a lot more proactive in getting an issue resolved and getting back up and running to full capacity as quickly as possible. And that brings us from visibility to support. And really importantly for your Cisco infrastructure, Lifecycle 360 provides 100% coverage of any support type that you can purchase on a Cisco device, from partner support-led models to direct support like SmartNet Total Care and solution support. And all of these avenues are logged directly via API to the particular technology teams that can assist you so that your case is received and actioned to bring you a reduced time to resolution. So by clicking the log case button here, we're taken to the log case form. And what Lifecycle 360 does is automatically bring together all of the really important information about that device that the technical engineers will need, like serial numbers and contract numbers. As we quickly flow through this workflow, we can select the priority of the support request. We can also set the title of your ticket and the description as well. Now, this is really, really important, and this is called a technology sub-technology problem code. And if you've logged a case through Cisco's Case Manager before, you may have seen something similar. What this does is allow you to search for particular architecture types and problem types and assign that to your case. Now, what this does via our direct API integration into Cisco's Technical Assistance Center is that once your case is actually accepted, that code is read, and that case is routed to the particular technology team that can actually assist you. So for example, if you're lodging a DNAC request, that will be lodged to that particular team. So you bypass a lot of that to and fro around the initial case pickup. Under that, you can apply attachments into your case as well. So all of your technical logs like show versions or crash logs can be applied here. Under that, we ask you to provide a few more details about your support request to help the engineers quickly identify what needs to be done. So as we go through the workflow, we'll select hardware support. We'll select that the device does power on and also that it boots to Ramen. Additionally, under that, as an option, you can also specify the firmware that you run on the device and the firmware version as well. Under that, you're also able to specify the delivery address. And now this is important if your technical support case actually becomes a return case. Now under that, you specify the primary contact for that ticket, which by default will be the logged in user, and the site contact as well, which is very useful if you're getting a replacement device shipped out to a regional site. Now we'll click next and submit that case. As you see, that workflow here is that every single part of this process is being utilized by APIs. So that case is now logged directly into the support system so that engineer can see it and action it straight away. Which then brings us across to the support dashboard, which is where you can gain full organizational visibility across your cases. So as a part of this particular company, I can see every support case logged through Lifecycle 360 by any member of our team. And here we have a line-by-line breakdown of all of those cases that have been logged, and I'll step into that a little bit further. But to show you some of the analytics around support cases that we do provide, we can give you a breakdown of your case volumes by month for the last 12 months. We can also provide you a breakdown of what was a replacement request and what was a technical support case. What are the different categories of support requests that you're logging, and what are the different priorities of those support cases? And under that is probably what I think to be the most important piece of analysis that we do on your support requests. And that's the top 10 technologies that you're logging cases around. Now, when you do have an outage and you are logging a case, it is really quite an atomic process. So we have a problem, here are the steps to fix it, and then moving to that resolution. And sometimes that means that you don't gain that visibility on issues that could be affecting a particular type of architecture or a particular version of firmware. So we provide analysis across all of those support cases to show you that information which can identify those architecture level issues. Now we can delve even deeper into support cases. So we can select any one of these support cases and see the details around that particular case. Now for Cisco cases, this is even better because the bridge that we use to actually log your case with Cisco is bidirectional. So what that means is that every time the attack engineer makes a change on your case, it could be a note, it could be a status change, those things are reflected directly down into Lifecycle 360 for you to see. So as you can see here, there's a breakdown of all of the high-level information about the case. Also, all the high-level information directly from Cisco, including your attack case number. And under that, you'll be able to see notes and attachments. And as we go down, this shows you every single update that's happened, regardless of if it's happened from Cisco or it's been initiated by us. And that gives you full auditability of that particular case from this is the problem we have, these are the interactions that we had with the engineers, and this is how the case was resolved. Now we had focused on a Cisco case, but what about other vendors that we don't have direct integrations into? So now I'll click on this HP device and I'll show you what happens in that particular instance. So as you can see on this device, there is a support line, and if we click here, you'll be able to see all of the important contact methods for that particular vendor, which are managed by us so that you don't have to worry about it. So Lifecycle 360 delivers all of the information that you need to log a case and points you in the direction of where to log that. Now that we've covered off support, we'll look at the lifecycle insights around your technology and also contracts and subscriptions as well. Which brings us to the key dates page in My Technology. Now you may have remembered the timeline that we saw in the Asset 360 page. What this particular page does is deliver that insight, but at an infrastructure-wide level. So if we see at the top, we break down your maintenance end dates across a number of ranges. So next 3 months, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 to 24, and greater than 24 months to provide easy insight into the big renewal periods coming up. Under that, we have the environment key dates. So this is where we take the Asset 360 view and provide it across all of your infrastructure. So this is a timeline of the end of support dates across every device that we have that information for in the system. And you're able to click on any one of these to view a breakdown of the devices that are included in there as well. Under that, we have the shipping history. So we actually take the recorded ship date and are able to display that to you to show you the relative physical age of the infrastructure that's currently supporting your business. And under that, we have the warranty timeline. So warranties are obviously just as important as your maintenance contracts. So we aim to provide you a view to see when you have really big spikes of infrastructure that's coming out of warranty so that you can take appropriate action to support those devices into the future. Now that's looking at the life cycle of devices, but what about subscriptions and support contracts? Which brings us over into the contracts and subscriptions module. And first we'll look at My Maintenance Contracts. Now what we do is we refocus from looking at a particular device to your support contracts. And at the top, we provide you a breakdown of all of the support contracts that we currently have in the system that are active at this point of time. So you can see the big contracts that support the largest percentage of infrastructure in your environment, but just as importantly, you can see these small ones. Now this can happen over time as you buy smaller pieces of infrastructure. And what this does is allow you to see, but for us to see as well, opportunities where we can consolidate some of your smaller contracts into larger ones to ease the burden of managing your support contracts. Now under that, you'll see My Maintenance Contracts, and this provides a line-by-line breakdown of all of the contracts that we have in the system for you at that point in time. Now you can click on any one of these to delve deeper as well. And as you can see here, we provide a breakdown of the total number of assets that are included in that particular contract, which you can also click here to view the details of. And also a breakdown of what's major, things like a chassis, to what's minor, things like a network card, backing plate, or even a power cord. And that brings us across to My Cisco subscriptions. So Cisco software has become just as important as the hardware and the support contracts that you have across your environment. So on a nightly basis, we live pull all of your subscription information directly from Cisco to display that to you through Lifecycle 360. And this can cover anything from something like a small flex plan all the way up to an enterprise agreement. Now what we do here, as you can see, is provide you high-level details about your subscription, like the reference numbers and start and end dates of that subscription and renewal dates. But under that, we give you a breakdown of all of the licenses that are included under that. So you can see the product ID of that license, but also the human readable version of what that is, and the quantity of those licenses that you've purchased as part of a subscription. And that brings us to the end of our run through of some of the main features of Lifecycle 360, delivering insights, visibility, and access to support through the platform. To end our session around Lifecycle 360, I feel it's important to touch on the fact that the platform is really based on what's called customer co-creation. All of the features that you've seen today have been things that we've developed with and for our customers. So if you do start to use the platform and you see features and functionality that could enrich your experience or ease the burden of managing your infrastructure and support contracts, feel free to reach out to us at any time, and we'll always actively work with you, because these things actually build our development backlogs and make sure that Lifecycle 360 remains a product that helps you not only on a day-to-day basis, but strategically as well. Thanks for joining me for a walkthrough of Lifecycle 360. To find out more, contact your Data3 account manager to organise a tailored demo.